Hi everyone, welcome back. I have another autumn tag today. It's not a book tag though, because one of the questions is about autumn in general. This is a tag just about autumn. It's called Fall Time Cozy Time tag, and it was created by Novels and Nonsense. And I've seen a few of these videos, but the original is in the description. And I I also have another autumn tag, but that was meant just for books. So I'll throw that one in there too. It'll be down there in the description. It's on my channel, but you'll get to it faster if I just link it. And I I'll also add the questions in there too. So as you can see, I have a candle and I have a cup of apple cider, hot apple cider. That's the best way to drink it. And just to create a little bit of, as I said before, signs of autumn, just to make it a little more ornate. Uh, and I figured it's cozy. It makes it kind of nice and cozy. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so for these questions, what what you would do is you have fall related items and nature things like that, um, and you think of questions. Well, not novels and nonsense created questions that related to those fall and nature items. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is crunching leaves. That the world is full of color. So choose a book cover that has reds, oranges, yellows on it, and things. And I'm going to choose. This is an interesting book. I'm going to choose Persuasion. Uh, I I guess you could say this sort of looks like fall. I'm actually not sure what season the story takes place in, but I like this. There's lots of reds on it, lots of reds and oranges. Those. It kind of looks like Thanksgiving or something. It has. I don't. I mean, I know there are plants and flowers on it, or yeah, there's plants and flowers, but it still looks like autumn just because of the colors, not necessarily the objects on it. So I thought of this one. I probably have another. I guess I just didn't look carefully enough. But this, I guess this could work. So so the next item is really more of a winter item, but it's a cozy sweater, and because it's finally cold enough out where you can don the warm, cozy clothing. So what book gives you the warm fuzzies? And I'm gonna say 7 Days and 7 Nights, which I've mentioned before. Um, okay, I am afraid to admit that. All right, it's I've admitted this before, so I shouldn't be embarrassed about it. But it's a cheesy romance book. But I I want to say that because it was a nice book to curl up with. I read it over the summer, but it's a nice curl up book, and you can get all like cozy and stuff when you read it. And it's a sweet story. It has its lighthearted moments that make you laugh, and so I'd say for Warm Fuzzy, it could be a Warm Fuzzy because it's a cute story and cute characters. But yeah, it's this is what I would say for this, just because of how it's like a nice book to curl up with, and it's a nice romantic storyline. So the next item is a fall storm, the third one. That when the wind is pounding and rain is pouring, and yes, it does rain in the fall. At least in Chicago Falls, it rains. Wish it wouldn't. I wish rain would only stay in the spring. So, what book or genre would you read on a stormy day? And I don't have a specific book for this question, but I'm gonna say anything fiction. I fiction, I think, is its own literary category. You have when you go to a bookstore, you have mystery, romance, fantasy, horror, memoir, or any like nonfiction, and you have fiction. At least in bookstores I go to, there's fiction, and I'd say fiction. It's nice and basic. There's no extra genres to it, so it's a nice book to. I mean, there's subgenres, um, but the subgenres are always different. But because they're not primarily meant to be mystery romances, you know. And so I'm going to say that because it's nice and basic. It doesn't have any paranormal elements to it, and it's and if romance is involved, it's very minor. You know, it's not the main point of the book, and just I don't know why basic is the only word I could think of, but it's just a nice generic genre that it's pretty much wide open too. You know, because there's so many subgenres to fiction, so it's because of how broad it is. I just would say that's a genre that I kind of am normally into myself. Okay, so next item is cool, crisp air. What character do you think is cool that you want to trade places with? And I'm gonna say Dash from Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which is actually a winter book. It takes place over Christmas and between that and New Year's. But he was a very adventurous kid. I mean, he starts. The first page of the book is him about to look for an adventure because this isn't really a spoiler, but so I'm gonna read a little bit from the first sentence to you. Imagine this: you're in your favorite bookstore, scanning the shelves. You get to the section where your favorite author's books reside, and there, nestled in comfortably between the incredibly familiar spines, sits a red notebook. What do you do? So, the from that exact paragraph, he's about to embark on an adventure, and he's always willing to take these risks. That it's self-explanatory. It's a book of dares, and he's always willing to take this risk, and he's um, I'd be up for. I'm not really a big risk taker myself. There's a limit to what I'll do, but I could be up for adventures if they're planned accordingly. I'm not a spontaneous person, but I would for Dash because he was a really fun character and he was um and he's fun. He's funny too. He's kind of cool. He has a lot of friends, and I'd say yeah. I would want to choose places with him. He's a good guy. I like him. He's my buddy, you know. Okay, so this is the fifth item, hot apple cider. What underhyped book would you want to see the next biggest, hottest thing? And I chose An Abundance of Catherines because this was my first John Green book, and I'm on my second. I'm currently reading Paper Towns, John Green. Um, because of the popularity of the Fault in Our Stars movie, which is good, and the upcoming Paper Towns movie, so those two books are everyone's going to be reading those as the movie comes out. They did for The Fault in Our Stars, so I'm gonna say this one because I I guess looking for Alaska, it might be a little underhyped. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have that one, but this, when I read this, it was really funny. It was like a total contrast from The Fault in Our Stars. I was reading this while the movie was sort of released, and with the tearjerker that is, and with how funny this one is, it's such a good contrast. That's why John Green. That's why you're so cool. And I'm hoping I'm gonna see. I wonder if this is going to be a movie. I would see that. I would go see that because this was a really good book. Okay, so since I mentioned it, I'm gonna have a sip of cider now. I mean, why would I have these drinks here if I'm not gonna drink them on camera? Oh, oh, that's so good. I love hot apple cider. Okay, so the sixth item is a coat, scarf, and mittens or gloves. And that's because the weather's getting cold, so it's time to cover up. What is your most embarrassing book cover that you want to keep hidden? Okay, so if I can find a flaw in this tag, it's then now we're exposing them, so we're not really hiding them anymore. Just so you're aware. But I'm gonna say it's yeah. I guess you know why I'm hesitating because okay, I'll just say it. The A list because okay, as you can see, it doesn't look bad. There's a billboard, palm trees. I mean, the title is written in pink. Okay, here's the thing. This book, is not targeted to me, a 26-year-old male, or maybe at the time I was 24, 25. It's targeted for teenage girls. But I got it because it was at Goodwill, and I got it at Goodwill, and I like the back of the book. Okay, so I admitted to having read a cheesy romance book, but I have my reasons for wanting to be more proud of that one. But for this one, it's really a matter of the cover because okay, if you've had this edition of this book, you know what is on the other side, but that the entire side is pink, and because I did not read this in public. I promise. I read it while I was at home. It was not a book that I was going to take out in public because you can see why. I'm a straight 26-year-old male. I should not have read this. But I read the back of the book and I liked it, and I have this is the first book of a series and I have the next one. But again, I'm not gonna. When I get to that, I'm not gonna. It's called Girls on Film, by the way. Just saying it made me a little embarrassed inside. But when I get to reading that, I'm not gonna read it in public. I'm gonna read it at home. And now I just admitted on YouTube that I'm reading it, and I just keep. If I keep talking about it more, it's getting more and more embarrassing. So I'm gonna end. I'm gonna go to the next item right now. Okay, so the next item is pumpkin spice, which is what Starbucks is promoting now. And it's what are your favorite fall foods, or comfort foods, And I'm gonna say, well, the cider for one thing. I love oh god, I love pumpkin spice everything. That Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, all the coffee shops doing pumpkin spice now. I love the coffees, cookies, donuts. I love I love pumpkin pie. I love stuffing. Um, I love hot chocolate. Um, Eggnog. Oh my god! Now I want eggnog. Um, I I love all that fall food, and I can. God, there's so much. But yeah, I love a lot of pumpkin things, and I love pumpkin pie, pumpkin cheesecake. I've had pumpkin cheesecake pies. My dad made one time for Thanksgiving once, and he made a pumpkin cheesecake. And oh, I love all that stuff. Okay, so the last item is a warm, cozy bonfire, and that's like spreading the warmth, and that's me tagging people. So I'm not gonna do that because I wasn't tagged. I don't think people. This may show low confidence, but I don't think many people watch my segment. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna stick out the year. So I'm not gonna tag anyone. And if you come across this video, then great. Watch more of my videos. So so yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, that was the fall time, cozy time. I tried to get a little bit cozy. And so yeah, again, it was created by Novels and Nonsense. I'm gonna link her channel, her video, in the description. I'm gonna link my autumn book tag in the description, and I'm gonna write out all the questions down there too, and write out all the items for all the fall items and things. So yeah. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.